morning students. In the previous video we have studied how to protect workers in the organized sector. We are on the chapter sectors of the Indian economy, in which we have studied about the division organized and unorganized. We have studied the disparities of disparities the unorganized sector faced, the workers they are faced. We have studied that what government can do. Government can fix their wages, government can make rules or certain acts to be there, so that their safety can be taken care, and for their health government has taken so many initiatives also. But the thing is that rules are there, but they are not being followed. So strictness must be there so that they will follow rules. So today we are supposed to start sectors in terms of ownership, public and private. We have studied on the basis of activity. We have primary, secondary, tertiary. Then we have studied organized, working condition. On the basis of working conditions we have studied organized, unorganized. We have studied Narega also. And today, on the basis of, in terms of ownership, we have two sectors. They are public and private sectors. So firstly we will take up public sector. Public sector basically owned and controlled by the government, and the motive of establishment of this sector is to provide welfare to the citizens of a country. And this sector, public sector, provides us basic services like railways, post office, police, army. These are the basic services to be provided, and water supply, electricity, so many basic things are there that are being provided by the public sector. Now we have the private sector. Private sector is owned, controlled by private individuals, maybe a single individual, a group of individuals. So they own this sector. What is their motive behind establishing private sector? Is to gain profit. And this also provide wide range of services like Tisco, Bajaj, and so many other companies are there that provide so many facilities to us. So these all the things are the explanation of these two sectors. You will read them by your own. So this is summing of the chapter. In this chapter we have looked at ways of classifying economic activities into some meaningful groups. I have told you those meaningful groups: primary, secondary and tertiary. And then afterwards we have studied about GDP also. Then we have took up organized, unorganized sectors. We have studied about Narega also. We have studied how we can create more opportunities for employment. We have discussed unemployment, seasonal unemployment. These kind of things we have studied in this chapter. Now let us take up the exercise. So firstly we will have fill in the blanks. Employment in the service sector dash increased to the same extent as production. So its answer is negative, has not. Then workers in the dash sector do not produce goods. So workers in the tertiary sector, because tertiary sector is a service sector. Most of the workers in the dash sector enjoy job security. So answer is organized sector. Then we have a dash proportion of laborers in India are working in the unorganized sector. So a large proportion of laborers. Cotton is a dash product and cloth is a dash product. Cotton is a natural product and cloth is a manufactured product, we can say. The activities in primary, secondary and tertiary sectors are dash. They are interdependent to each other. Now second one, choose the most appropriate answer. So the sectors are classified into public and private on the basis of ownership of enterprise. The answer is ownership of enterprise. Now production of a commodity mostly through the natural process is an activity in dash sector. So the answer is primary sector. Then we have GDP is the total value of dash produced during a particular year. So the answer will be all final goods and services. GDP is the total value of all final goods and services. So we have last MCQ with us. In terms of GDP, the share of tertiary sector in 2010-11 is 2010-11, the share of tertiary sector in the GDP was between 50 and 60%. Now we have matched the followings. Problem faced by farming sector. Some possible measures are also given here. We are supposed to match them with each other. unirrigated land. So what can be the possible measures? Construction of canals by the government. Now we have low prices for crops. So for that, procurement of food grains by government. That means government can decide upon the prices. Debt burden. So to lessen that burden, banks to provide credit at low interest rate. No job in the off season. For that, setting up agro based mills so that they can get work in the off season also. Compelled to sell their grains to the local traders soon after harvest, we can establish cooperative marketing societies. Now find the odd one out and say why. Tourist guide, dhobi, tailor, potter. So here we have tourist guide. He is educated and working in an organized sector. All others are working in unorganized sector. Next one, teacher, doctor, vegetable vendor, lawyer. Here is odd one is vegetable vendor. He is an unskilled worker while others are skilled workers. These kind of questions can come in 1 mark question, because now the pattern has been changed. As you all know that 20 questions are for 1 mark. In that, picture identification, question related to picture, table, and these kind of questions can come. Postman, cobbler, soldier, police constable. So here cobbler, he is working in an unorganized sector while others are working in organized sector. Now next one is MTNL, Indian Railways, Air India, Sahara Airlines, All India Group. So here we have Sahara Airlines because it is a private sector airline, while MTNL, Indian Railways, All India Radio are under the supervision of public sector. They are government undertaking. Now next one, question number 5, we have a research scholar looked at the working people in the city of Surat and found the following. So place of work, nature of employment, percentage of working people. So place of work in offices and factories registered with the government. Nature of employment means organized, they are organized. Next one, own shops, office, clinics in marketplace with formal license. They are also organized. People working on the street, construction workers, domestic workers, so they are unorganized. Now working in small workshop, usually not registered with the government, so they are again unorganized. Percentage of workers in unorganized sectors in the city, you will calculate it by your own. Now, do you think the classification of economic activities into primary, secondary and tertiary is useful? Yes, obviously the classification of economic activities into these sectors is useful because of certain reasons. The reasons can be, it helps us to know what is the share of each sector in GDP. So we can know about the share of GDP of each sector. It tells us how many workers are employed in each sector. We can calculate the number of workers that are employed in each sector, and we can tell from this, we can tell that which sector is gaining more and more importance. Now next, for each of the sectors that we came across in the chapter, why should one focus on employment and GDP? Could there be other issues which should be examined? So we have read in the chapter that the focus is on employment and the GDP, and we have studied that economic activities are classified into 3 sectors: primary, secondary, tertiary, and then again classification organized, unorganized, then again private and public. So employment is an important factor. Basically it is very very important because it support a person financially, and it it removes the economic problems like poverty and unemployment. So these are the things that can be taken up. And then other questions are also there from this chapter. These questions are very easy. I have discussed these questions with you. These are long answer questions that cannot be discussed here in the video. What you will do, you will just go through the chapter and answer these questions. And I have given you questions from this chapter also. I will give in your assignment slot. If the question doubles, repeat हो रहे हैं अगर, then don't do them. Thank you students. Have a nice day.